Welcome back, it's Melanie, your She Shit Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout using the old Hello Summer collection from Simple Stories. This is one that I had set out to use with the new Summer Snapshots collection. However, I decided to try to use up some of what I have of just this specific collection. So I am going to be using this coral paper for kind of my main paper. I did cut that, I believe, 7 and 5 because I have some horizontal photos. And so I wanted those all to be on that coral paper, and those are going to be on the left-hand side of the page. Then I have this amazing teal wave paper, and I am just kind of trimming that, and again doing 5 and 7 because doing the opposite. And I knew if it wasn't perfect that I wanted to do a strip of paper kind of down the page as well to kind of separate those. So it didn't really matter if it was exactly 5 and 7 for that wave paper. And so I decided to use the striped paper as kind of my barrier between the two. Definitely another busy pattern. But I feel like it's a small enough pattern that it's okay. So once I get these all taped down, then I will start going through with my photos, and I have quite a few photos on this 2-page layout. I also have, I believe, the sticker sheet and the chipboard from this collection, and so that is primarily going to be what I use for my embellishments. I decided to matte just the photos in the middle with just the white, but then to double matte the outside photos with the yellow. There is just a tinge of yellow in that striped paper, so I wanted to bring in a little bit more, and it's such a bright color. I felt like it helped the photos pop a little bit. So this is a weekend at my aunt's cabin with not all of, but most of the cousins, the little cousins. And I kind of have been stuck on how to scrapbook this because not only did we go to the beach, but we're also riding four-wheelers and razors, and so I just decided to go with it and not put too much thought in it, but use a fun summer collection. And so that is what all of these are. So when I double matte my photos, usually, not always, but usually I will also pop them up on some foam tape. So these foam squares are actually just from the Dollar Tree. Some of my favorites. It's just quick and easy. I do use the rolls sometimes too, but the squares just make it so easy. Just pop them up and voila, it's done. Voila, I guess. So I needed to figure out my title. I have, like I said, some chipboard and some stickers. I loved that summer chipboard piece, and then decided to add smile at the bottom just to use up a little bit more and kind of add to my title. I also decided to use up the florals in this collection. I don't always do that when I scrapbook my boys, but on this particular day, I decided why not? They are absolutely beautiful florals. There's so many of them on the sticker sheet and then on the chipboard sheet as well that I just knew that if I used them, it would make embellishing this layout so much easier. So because I popped up my photo on foam tape, I do have to add some foam tape to the top of this chipboard piece here so that it is kind of level. And then on the smile at the bottom, I will add a little bit of foam tape to the bottom of that sticker. Just kind of, obviously the chipboard is a little bit thicker, but it still needs that foam tape on the back to make sure it's kind of level, if that makes sense. So once that's done, I really did have a lot of fun embellishing this layout. I don't often play with a lot of florals, and I think that might be why I just had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I love flowers and florals. It's just not something I feel like I use a lot of, especially when I scrapbook the boys. So this was just fun to kind of let go and kind of go at it. So I have to obviously place down this photo, and with popping it up on foam tape, it also allows you to layer your embellishments. So I am able to then kind of place my floral sticker underneath the photo, and then this chipboard sticker, I think it says Life is Good. Maybe that's not chipboard, maybe that is just a sticker. I'm able to place on top of the photo, and then here kind of just playing around with seeing if I want to add some more florals underneath that kind of subtitle, I guess, or second title. But I like adding that foam because it just allows you to add dimension to your layout as well. And not only with the photos, but then you're embellishing. So I did decide to kind of elongate that cluster kind of all the way down by using phrase stickers. And then I had half of a sun because, you know, I probably tucked the other half under a photo as well. So I used that half a sun and a cloud up at the top. And I did kind of, I guess, struggle just maybe a little bit trying to figure out where to embellish on this layout. Sometimes with a 2-page layout, I kind of struggle with, okay, do I do kind of like that triangle visual across the 2 pages or one on each page? And so it is just something I kind of struggle with here and there, but I kind of just scrapbook kind of what feels good, what looks good to my eye, and go with that. I did forget, I have these Freckled Fawn chipboard pieces, and a couple of them matched really nicely. There was that kind of floral kind of wood grain tag there, flag, I guess, and the chipboard piece kind of fit underneath that really nicely, and I liked the saying for this day as well. So I am going to kind of add to that. You can see I did add another floral cluster down to the bottom, kind of middle of the bottom of the second page, and then I'm going to add some flip-flops. Again, just really having fun with this older collection. I'm so glad that I brought it out and realized that it matches the summer snapshots because it's been in my stash for a long time. If it's not this one, it's another one I have in that same stash. I want to say it's from 2017. So it's been in there a while, and it's beautiful and it needs to be used. I have kind of made it a point to try to shop my stash more this year instead of continually buying more. Obviously, I have such a stash that I need to cut back. And I think part of what is helping me, quite honestly, is close to my heart, closing. I know it's actually really, really sad, and I do love their products. But feeling like I had to buy every couple of months, you know, it definitely adds up money-wise, but then stash-wise as well. So it's been fun to kind of go back into my stash and find those pretty papers, pretty collections like this one, and use them up. So again, using lots of florals, added one to the top there and filling in that space with some more phrase stickers. Phrase stickers are one of my favorite pieces, I guess, things to embellish with. Found a smaller chipboard one to kind of add to the bottom of the title to the bottom left. There are some along with those sunglasses at the top. But just kind of having fun with some little pieces to kind of finish off the clusters now. The sun and cloud kind of feels off to me. It's a lot smaller than the other clusters, but to add a flower up there just didn't seem right. So I did kind of struggle with that a little bit, but end up leaving it just kind of simple at the top. And I guess the cluster at the bottom of that same page, that second page, is on the simpler side as well with just the kind of 2 pieces. But I did decide to get into my enamel dot stash and kind of fill in some of the spaces with enamel dots. This is another thing lately I have been getting into a lot more. I used to do it, I don't know, enamel dots on pretty much every layout. And then I kind of stepped away from it for a little while, but recently I have been getting into my enamel dot stash and using that up. You can see that a few of those enamel dot packaging, there's not many enamel dots left on it. So definitely enjoying using things up, and apparently I'm scrapbooking with like colors here recently because I feel like I'm reaching for the same packages of those enamel dots. But once I have those placed, that is going to finish off this layout. I highly doubt I can find any of this collection since it's so old, but I will link the Summer Snapshots collection from Simple Stories because I have that one and absolutely love the colors of that one as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.